Right back with you tonight, you're in Focus. Banyana Banyana coach Desiree Ellis says focus and unity led to the team lifting the women's AFCON trophy for the first time. South Africa beat Morocco 2-1 in the final at a capacity-filled Prince Moulay Stadium in Rabat last night. Sports editor Vaylen Kirtley spoke to Ellis earlier today.
I still have my medal around my neck. I still have it. I haven't taken it off since we got it yesterday. I haven't actually slept. Normally I don't sleep after the game. I had so many interviews today, and this is the last one, and hopefully I'll be able to take a nap after that.
I understand the communications manager for the team actually said to me that she walked down before you guys left from Rabat and relocated to a hotel in Casablanca, and she didn't have a medal around her, and everybody said, why aren't you wearing your medal? Because everybody in the whole team has been wearing their medals from last night.
No, we have. It's just an amazing feeling. As we walk past each other, we just say, hello, champion. Hello, African champion. I think it's so huge, Vaylen.
Des, it's so personal for you because you have been with women's football from the very beginning. When Banyana Banyana got its name as Banyana Banyana, you were there. You captained this team. You felt the heartbreak of losing to Nigeria on many occasions. And now you finally get to say, we are African champions. Can you just share that personal journey and just how much it means to you personally?
I tried many times. I know in 1995, we played in the final round against Nigeria and we lost 4-1 away from home, and they came to South Africa and beat us 7-1, but they were a fantastic side. The Mercy Kiddies, the Florence McBamies, and then in 2000, we played at Vosloorus and we lost 2-0. The game was abandoned due to crowd violence, and now as a coach, it's my second final. In 2018, we lost to Nigeria in the final, and from the beginning, the players were so determined and so focused. When I asked them what are your objectives, we want to win AFCON. I said there's a small little matter before that, is to qualify for the World Cup. No, but if we win AFCON, then we qualify for the World Cup. So they were adamant that they wanted to. I had a couple of hiccups along the way, lost Gabriela Salgado, then lost Kelly. I had a couple of COVID cases, but the group stuck together. They were so united, and it was such a good thing to bring a mental coach with us because we try and do those things, but we are not experts, and that really, really helped us, especially last night. They just closed off the crowd and just took the game by storm and overshadowed the opponent until we gave a goal away and had to really grit our teeth for the last couple of minutes. And when they put up 9 minutes, it was the longest of my entire life.
I mean, just how important was that, and what were you actually saying to the team at halftime? Goalless at halftime, then coming into the second half, scoring 2 goals, Morocco coming back with a hostile crowd with lasers shining all over the place, a crowd of 50,000 people. How did you assist the team in just remaining focused and not letting those little things actually get to them?
We played Equatorial Guinea in 2015, and Vaylen Kirtley actually reminded me the day before the final, and we played them in 2015. There were a lot of issues and challenges leading up to the match while we were in Equatorial Guinea, and when we came out for the warm-up, we just saw a sea of red. And Jermaine scored the winner and took us to the Olympics, and I think they were so determined and so focused, and I don't think anything was going to stop them. They were ready for any eventuality, and I felt we should have taken the lead just before half-time, but the keeper made a fantastic save. And I just said to them, keep going, keep playing. Don't give them a chance to play because they can play. Keep them under pressure, and when we get another opportunity, we're going to have to put it away. And lo and behold, 8-minute blitz, and we 2 goals up in complete control, and could have maybe had 1 or 2 others. And then we made a silly error at the back. And in the game, we had to grit our teeth. But that is the beauty of this team. Showed a lot of resilience, kept going and made sure, that we get over the line. And there were a lot of emotions last night. I think we all had tears of joy. And it was absolutely amazing. I'd never seen a stadium empty so quickly. But we really subdued the crowd, and I think that turned in our favor.
What made the difference for you guys? Was it all the work of the mental coach assisting you guys to rediscover your potential?
It was that, but it was also the focus of the players, you know. I sat with the senior players before we even started our camp, and I said, what are your objectives? And I remember Jermaine saying to win the AFCON, and, you know, we had the conversation, and then I said, well, we have the same objective, but we've got to be united to win this. We've got to be together. You guys have got to set the culture. You guys have got to make sure, you know, and hold each other accountable. You've got to set the standard, because it's not for us to set the standard. And, you know, and I said the reality is that maybe 1, 2, or 3 of you don't make it here. And Tembi was clear. Tembi said, you know, if you get 1 minute, let it be your best 1 minute. If you're on the bench, become the best cheerleader and everything. And we just stuck together, and the mental coach played a part as well. We just stuck together. And from the word go, the players were so determined. I think the first game was key to get a good result, and then we could rotate players. And then we lost Tembi, a little bit of a somber mood. But she reminded us of our objective and still set us on. And then we qualified for the World Cup, and she was still around before she came back for operation. And I saw videos of her last night doing that one-legged dance, and I think it's been trending. I think people are talking about making a TikTok with a one-legged dance. And she's been up all the time wishing us well and you know, saying that we mustn't forget to bring a medal and wishing us well and screaming and giving good comments and really motivating us. And, you know, I don't think anything would have stopped the players, because when they came out for the pitch walk, they were actually singing and dancing when they were coming out. So they just tried to block everything out. And I think our game plan worked. Our game plan was perfect, but they executed it perfectly. We stopped Morocco from playing, and we always looked dangerous with Jermaine and Hilda. And our defense was magnificent. Our midfield stopped their midfielders from playing, and that's how we won the game.
And now it's on to the World Cup next year, and you go into the World Cup in a very different space than the last time you went to the very first World Cup. You guys are going there as African champions. Surely the goal now is to get out of the group.
Well, that is the objective. I'm sure the players will have the same objective. You know, we went there, I think, had our best 45 minutes ever against Spain, and couldn't, be consistent in the second half, but we showed what we're capable of. And we always wanted to go back. When you go to a tournament and there's another opportunity, you always want to make sure that you go to that tournament again. And I think the team has matured over the last 4 years, you know, with the senior players all going abroad, and a lot of the junior players playing, or the new players playing over the last 2 years due to COVID, and they've matured as well. And I think the mix was just right, with the senior players bringing the experience and the know-how, and the newer players bringing the energy. I think that worked really well for us. We were ready for every eventuality, and I think that brought us through. And I think going to the World Cup this time around, we also have a little bit longer to prepare. We have about a year compared to last time when we had 6 months. So we just need to get our planning perfect and really right. And we have players coming back from injury, other players coming into the mix, you know. And we're trying to select the best possible squad to go out and make history again, and try and get out of the group stages and see what happens from then onwards.
Before you guys left, Danny O'Don, the president of SAFA, said that each of the players would receive 400,000 rand if they win the Women's AFCON. Was there any talk about that? How much of an incentive was that for the team and for the players?
I think the motivation of winning it, the motivation of getting that elusive goal, I think was bigger. I think the result of that outcome of winning it is the incentive, you know. So they were so determined to get that gold medal. They were so determined to make sure that we bring the trophy back, and said we're not going to leave without the trophy. We're not going to hang around. And even in the game, when there were 1 or 2 players cramping, they said, we're fine. We're not getting off this field. We're making sure that we win this game. So the money was an extra incentive, but the determination to win that gold medal and that elusive trophy after so many tries was the very big motivation.
How big is this for women's football in the country? You certainly felt the love the last time I chatted to you guys before you played in the semi-final. You said you really have felt the support from South Africa. There's been a huge wave that has swept across the country getting behind the team. How big is this for women's football?
I think it's huge. A lot of people have put in a lot. Players that have come before, coaches that have come before, the coaches in the leagues that have put in all the work in the place can be very proud. I mean, this is their success as well, and everybody involved in women's football. I think, we speak about Sasol being a major sponsor. I think as a sponsor, they must be extremely happy. 2 successive World Cups, 2 successive Olympics, 2 successive finals, and now finding that AFCON gold, a couple of COSAFA Cups, and they can be so extremely happy. But we need more. We need more corporates to come on board to elevate it even more. And I think now we have this medal around us. Our next, we have a little bit more clout to try and get more sponsors to come on board because the other countries are not standing still. Morocco was not there by chance. They've made huge investment in the team. You look at the debutants that were there, the teams that were not there, teams that were in semi-finals, former champions were not there, new teams that have come back after so many years. So women's football on the continent is surely growing. And with all the talent that we have to put in similar investments to make sure that we stay ahead of the pack because nobody's going to be standing still now. In the next 2 years, there's another AFCON, and everybody wants to make sure that they in there to win it. And we have to make sure that we're right up there. And that starts with putting in investment now. And we're hoping more corporates come on board to elevate it even more.
Coach, Twitter can be a cheeky space, and it can be a really fun space too. Some people have suggested that perhaps your next national duty, your next call of national duty should be coaching Bafana Bafana. How do you feel about that?
I'm very happy where I am. I think, with all due respect, I think it's a bit disrespectful. We're always comparing Bafana with Banyana. I think Banyana should be celebrated in their own space, in their own time. Bafana's a different team. They have different coaches and staff and, rebuilding and give time because we were also rebuilding and we were also putting in, refreshing the squad. So give Bafana time. But I'm happy where I am and, they have a good coach. I think he's proved himself on the continent, taking a very new team in Cameroon and winning the AFCON. So give it time and giving me some time to work with the team. But, I'm happy. I think it's disrespectful to the Bafana coach. And let's celebrate Banyana Banyana when they do well and not compare.
Finally, Coach, won another award, Coach of the Year. I know you said it wasn't about individual accolades, but the recognition must be really good. Was that added motivation for you going into the final?
Look, we had a very big game on and I didn't really want to go. I didn't want people to think that I'm sidetracking or anything before such an important game. I had every faith in my technical team. Whatever they were going to do wasn't going to be any different to what I was going to do. And they wanted me to go to represent the team. And this is a team award, as I always say. If the team does well, the individual stands out. Unfortunately, I was the individual that stood out. It's a team award because of the work the staff put in. It's a team award because of the players, their magnificent efforts, and as well as the coaches out there, and this goes for everybody involved in women's football. I'm just carrying the trophy on their behalf.
Well, you carrying the celebrations of so many South Africans too. Congratulations once again, Coach. Thank you so much for chatting to us.
Thank you. We're glad we could put smiles on the faces, and that was very important for us. We all know the challenges people are facing back home. And we're really grateful for all the prayers and all the support.